Well, it's time we do a mock. And for real this time, it's not like a Spider-Man situation. We're gonna actually do a mock and have it fully done, hopefully. Obviously I don't have the mock done in this video. This video is literally called the planning phase for a reason. Um, and I say planning phase, I'm not really going to be showing you too much of like how I actually designed it and stuff, because I do have it fully designed on my Bricklink Studio account. But that isn't really going to be this type of video, if that's what you were hoping for. I'm sorry if the thumbnail made it kind of seem that way. I kind of want to keep the actual, what it's going to look like, a surprise, because I want it to kind of just be like a boom to that moment when it's finally done, if that makes sense. But I am going to be talking about kind of just like the plan and what it actually is, because you might not know what it is, because I kind of haven't said what it is yet. So, for starters, obviously it's a Cobra Kai MOC, as you could tell from the thumbnail. Cobra Kai is one of my favorite shows, arguably my favorite show right now. The final season is currently coming out as we speak, so I thought it was a pretty good time to do this MOC. It's the Cobra Kai dojo you see in like seasons 1 to like the end of season 4. They kind of switched dojos at some point between like 4 and 5 and stuff. It's a whole thing, but it's just that first original dojo you introduced to in the show that Johnny builds. So I mean, right here in my notebook, I have a bunch of the pieces. I actually have all of the pieces in my design written down. Part number, amount of them, color, actual piece itself, price, like everything. Because I'm really working on pricing is a big thing, if you have any recommendations. Because I don't know if I should just bricklink all of them. I don't know if I should try and shop for them in person. I'd love to shop for them in person, because that'd be fun. I feel like just going through pieces. But that's kind of hard with like the 2 Lego stores closest to me being like 2 hours away, both of them. That being a Lego store and a Bricks and Minifigs, which may not even actually have all of the pieces I need when I go visit. My best bet for in-person purchasing of Lego, like all of the pieces I need, would be like Atlanta Brico or some mega store like that. But, you know, it's like 18 hours away from me, so I don't see that happening anytime soon. But, you know, I can hope. Yes, I mean, that's just all this is pieces. I don't really know why I mentioned that, it's just why not, I've got it in front of me. I mean, get this out the way, I've put a lot of work into this thing so far. It's well over 12 hours of work at this point. I have like I have blueprints and crap I even drew for this. Like, I went to town on this mock. I have the minifig list here. I'll read you the minifigs, but I'm not going to get into detail about them or anything yet, because I want it to be a surprise for the actual video itself, where I do like a minifig dedicated video. So I have 6 minifigs, since that's like the average amount of minifigs for modular. The minifigs being Johnny Lawrence, Daniel LaRusso, Hawk, Kreese, Miguel, and Tori. I felt like that was a pretty good cast of characters for a Cobra Kai dojo set. And I had 10 I originally kind of wanted to do, but I kind of narrowed it down to 6 to keep the average alive. I also want to save them for other possible Cobra Kai related mocks in the future, because I would like to do more than just this one. I have a few I'm actually kind of brainstorming as I work on this one. So yeah, you know, we'll save those for another day, though, the minifigs and stuff. But like I said, I'm not going to be showing you too much of the behind the scenes per se with like my bricklink design, because I do want to keep it kind of like a big reveal thing. But you can see one of the pictures in my thumbnail. That's an actual picture of part of my design I have for this build. And you know, I'll probably end up posting the pictures on like my community tab or something, so subscribe if you want to see those, obviously. But, you know, I don't really know when I'll post pictures. It's just going to be as I go, and that's how this whole mock is going to be, is an as I go thing. Because truthfully, I don't know when I will be getting pieces, like especially all of the pieces to finish it, because it's close to 1,000 pieces. I don't know when I'll be getting the stuff for the minifigs. I've already figured out what pieces I need and stuff for minifigs too. I've just got to get them. Some of them are harder to find than others. I mean, none of them are too terribly rare. It's not going to be like trying to find a Mr. Gold for a figure. But I mean, some of them are retired minifig pieces, and some of them are just kind of a more expensive set, so I'll just have to order them separately and whatnot. But yeah. Anyways, I have a diagram. Kind of. It's kind of just like rough draft I used to kind of help me with scaling. When I was designing it online, I needed some sort of physical thing to work with. So I have that. I will show you to kind of give you an idea of what we're working with here. And for reference, this is something I use to kind of count like minifig scale and stuff. This is sort of the height it will be. It'll be a bit bigger than this, like height wise. It'll probably be about here if I had to guess when it's all done, maybe. It's pretty close though, that itself. But the actual layout and stuff is set in stone pretty much. But like the interior decorations are still kind of tossed up, specifically with an area you'll see back here. But starting off in the front, we have like the area for the sidewalk that all modular buildings have and stuff. Because this is going to be a modular I plan to put with like my daily bugle and whatnot. But I wanted to include the sidewalk so I could kind of have that continuity that all modular buildings have. And then we have these brown pieces here representing the windows. I have a blank spot here, being 1x6 space for the door type I will be using, which utilizes 1x3x6 doors, so I can have like double door action going on. I really like the piece. Originally I planned on doing all 1x4s for like windows and doors, but ultimately I had to do the 1x6 door, but I really like that design better than my original design, so it worked out pretty good. The actual tan itself you see around the edge here is the building itself, and the white on the inside is going to be the second color, because I do want it to have two colors, like, so you can have the white walls on the inside and kind of like the tannish, dirtier wall on the outside. Because I just wanted the white walls, and you don't see modulars do that too much, where they'll have like double layer colored walls, so I want to do something different. And this itself, this whole outline is on a 32x32. It's just on a 48, but it's mapped down to a 32x32 to like kind of show how big it will be on the base plate. It's going to take up the whole plate without a doubt. And then here we have this black outline. That's going to be like the training mat and whatnot. This whole area is going to be like the actual studio. It's pretty close to 1-to-1 with minifigs for like a modular. It's this back area right here that gave me problems and took the design so long to do. But I did the best I could. I worked with what I had for figuring out how to fit it on this plate. So right here will be the office. The office normally would go out to about right here probably, but I had to squish it in some, as you'll see in a minute why. So instead of having the big window you see on the side normally, there's going to be like a 1x2x3 window here, kind of between these two parts of wall. There's going to be a door. Probably going to be room for a desk, a chair, maybe like a lamp or a file cabinet build. We'll see. As far as actual like interior decor for this whole back area and part of the side right here, I just have no idea what I'm doing. It's just going to depend on what I choose to do in the end. But like the rest of it, I pretty much have set in stone. This right here is the bathroom. The bathroom would normally be like right here, but we had to move it over because the back room that you see that goes pretty much all the way across the back and would probably go out to about the end of this 48x48 base plate, would not have fit on 32x32 with the size the main dojo itself was. So I scaled it down a lot, and I mean a lot, but it's more of a storage closet now than like a storage back room. And it's okay. It's got the purple outline here. I'm going to do gray interior for it to keep the gray wall, because the gray walls do look good in there. But as far as actually having like a full training area in the back too, that's not going to happen. It's going to be like probably a Lego heavy bag build and maybe like a bed or something that like Robbie would have slept on when he was sleeping there a few nights. Um, but yeah, there's not going to be really much going on with the back room itself. It had to be scaled down a lot to fit, which is okay. Sacrifices were made for it. I mean, pretty much this whole back area right here is just like stuff I wanted to include, but kind of had to like do my own version of to make it work, which sucks, but it's whatever. Because I wanted to keep it in the 32 by 32 scale. So it is what it is. And honestly, that's pretty much it for this video. This video isn't anything crazy. I'm not showing off minifigs. I don't have any pieces even yet for it. I just finished designing this thing a day or so ago. And I've just been looking at prices and stuff for the pieces and whatnot. I just figured I'd start making videos on it. So this is the planning phase. If you would like to see more, please subscribe. Maybe turn on notifications so that you know when the next section of this build comes out. I don't know when the next section will come out. It's just going to depend on when I buy stuff. Like I said, it's just kind of harder for me to get pieces because of where I live and stuff. For MOCs, so it'll just have to be one of those things we'll see as it goes. It'll just play out as it does. And school starts back for me in like 2 weeks. That's not going to help either. Summer's pretty much over for me now, so there's not going to be really any more like day trips I'm going to be able to make all the way across like the state.